Right, welcome back everybody. Celebrating the 20 years of the Constitution. We're broadcasting to you live from the Parliamentary Precinct here in Cape Town, in the Mother City. It's wonderful to be with you this morning. We're going to be speaking to lots of role players that put the Constitution together and also talk about that time in the lead up to it and how difficult it was to put this Constitution together. Of course, keeping in mind exactly what was happening in the country at the time. So it is going to be a very interesting, I suppose, reminiscent broadcast this morning with Leon Wessels, who's my guest. In just a few minutes' time, we'll be chatting to him about what it is that went into it. And Leon Wessels, as well as Cyril Ramaphosa, were the two basic men that were put together to try and head up the respective parties to get to a conclusion. But before we get into that conversation, let's take a look at that insert I promised to play for you a little bit earlier.
Prior to 1994, the National Party-led Parliament was the country's apex authority. It meant that in apartheid South Africa, Parliament could, and in many cases did, change the laws of the country as and when it saw fit. And this was almost always to the detriment of the black majority. But the speech by the last apartheid president F.W. de Klerk on February 2nd, 1990, where he released political prisoners and unbanned liberation movements such as the ANC and the PAC, ultimately laid the foundation for democratic South Africa, founded on one of the best constitutions in the world. It would, however, take another 6 years of discussions, negotiations and compromises before this new constitution could be written. In May 1996, the Constitutional Assembly adopted it by a landslide victory in the House.
The ayes have it, 421, noes 2, abstentions 10. The question has therefore been agreed to.
Much to former President Nelson Mandela's approval.
And so it has come to pass that South Africa today undergoes her rebirth, cleansed of a horrible past, matured from a tentative beginning, and reaching out to the future with confidence.
Mandela eventually signed the Constitution into law in December that year. It's been 20 years since, with South Africans equal before the law regardless of their race, creed, sex or religion. And now Parliament is calling on all citizens to commemorate the new Apex law and the NCOP which it birthed.
It's a very important event that really sets into motion a year-long campaign that will involve, interaction with the people of South Africa.
But has the Constitution achieved its objectives over the last 2 decades?
It has not achieved what it was set out to be. There's a lot of amendments that needs to take place.
In particular around the land issue, I think that there's a bit of debate. We need to take the kind of anger out of the debate and see what we can do to ensure that meaningful change takes place.
There's nothing that I can say it has changed. It's just getting worse.
It gives everybody their rights, keeps that all in check, and I think everyone's quite proud of the Constitution. It's quite an achievement.
20 years right now and we still have no free education. Our rights aren't equal because of the money factor. You know, our people are poor, we're still living in the shacks, in the gutter.
The year ahead will be crucial for the country's ultimate law. Lukhanya Khalada, SABC News, Parliament.